Hello, my people. We are back with our day-to-day online education. As I always repeat, I wish I knew. Those will be some of the questions or the regrets you will come through when you fail to listen to our topics. I thank you people for the continued support you are showing me, the subscribing, the likes, and the comments. And there are those who are appreciating our education and saying that they have got something and it's helping them in their day-to-day lives. So let's continue subscribing and make this channel big and big. Let's keep the support and stay together as one family. We are back with our yesterday's topic, whereby we were discussing about food poisoning. And in this video, we will start discussing about organisms causing food poisoning. Organisms causing food illness or food poisoning. Yesterday we said food poisoning is caused by 3 organisms. 1, bacteria. Number 2, parasites. And number 3, viruses. In this video, we'll be talking about bacteria as one of those microorganisms that lead to food poisoning. And bacteria lead to the bigger percentage of food poisoning in the whole world or in the whole country. So, first of all, we have to ask ourselves this question. What is a bacteria? What is a bacteria? And if you don't know, just lend me your ears and you will know what a bacteria is. You go to an hospital, you just hear people talking about bacteria, don't know what it is. The day is today. So, what is bacteria? Bacteria, listen to me very carefully. Bacteria is a member of a large group of unicellular microorganisms which have cell walls but lack organelles and organized nucleus, including some that cause diseases and are found almost everywhere. Let me repeat this description. Bacteria is a member of a large group of unicellular microorganisms which have cell walls but lack organelles and organized nucleus, including some that cause diseases and are found in almost everywhere. Let's see at some of the examples of bacteria that can cause food poisoning. They include number 1, E. coli, in particular Shiga toxin producing E. coli. E. coli, in particular Shiga toxin producing E. coli. Number 2, we have Listeria monocytogenes. The names are a bit difficult. And you know, in medicine, so many terms are so hard to understand, but these are their real names. They don't have any other simple names. Number 3, we have Salmonella. Number 4, we have Campylobacter. Number 5, we have Clostridium botulinum. Number 6, we have Staphylococcus aureus. Number 7, we have Shigella. Number 8, we have Vibrio vilnificus. So, when thinking of dangerous bacteria, names such as E. coli and Salmonella come into mind for a good reason. So, Salmonella is the biggest bacterial cause of food poisoning. According to CDC, an estimated 1,350,000 cases of food poisoning, including 26,500 hospitalizations, can be traced to Salmonella infection each year. I hope you get that. According to CDC, an estimated 1,350,000 cases of food poisoning, including 26,500 hospitalizations, can be traced to Salmonella infection each year. Campylobacter and C. botulinum are two lesser known and potentially lethal bacteria that can lurk in our food. So it means that they are not as common as Salmonella and the Shigella and all that. So Salmonella species are intracellular pathogens. So if somebody asks you, what is Salmonella? What will you answer? The answer is so simple. Salmonella species are intracellular pathogens of which certain serotypes cause illness. Yeah, it's becoming hard and hard. Salmonella species are intracellular pathogens of which certain serotypes cause illness. Most infections are due to ingestion of food contaminated by animal feces or by human feces, such as by a food service worker at a commercial eatery. Let me repeat this one. Most infections are due to ingestion of food contaminated by animal feces or human feces, such as by a food service worker at a commercial eatery. So for you to get food poisoning, the food must be contaminated, and in most cases it's always contaminated by animal feces, human feces. I hope you get that. Another point, Salmonella serotypes are divided into, number one, non-typhoidal. It comes from the word typhoid. Non-typhoidal serotypes, which are zoonotic and can be transferred from animal to animal and human to human. They invade the gastrointestinal system and symptoms can resolve without antibiotic use. So, some Salmonella serotypes, for example, non-typhoidal, can invade your gastrointestinal system and clear without necessarily using antibiotics. The second classification, first is non-typhoidal, the second is typhoidal. Typhoidal serotypes cause foodborne infection, for example, food poisoning, typhoid fever, and paratyphoid fever. So typhoid is an infection that usually affects the gastrointestinal system. And for those people who have ever encountered typhoid, it causes a lot of abdominal pains. And the typhoid is one of those diseases which affect gastrointestinal system. So, typhoidal serotypes cause foodborne infection. And a good example is typhoid fever and paratyphoid fever and also food poisoning. So this marks the end of our first video about bacteria, and I hope each one of you who is watching me can now confidently tell what a bacteria is, what Salmonella is. In our next video, we will continue with the discussion about these parasites, whereby we will be talking about the parasites, because there are three types. The organisms are divided into three: bacteria, parasites, and viruses. So the next video will be about the parasites. Let's continue subscribing, liking, and sharing our videos. Thank you for the support. Keep the support on, and we will all remain as a family and continue being educated. Let's meet in the next video.